currently in Kailicha at Down 2 to see one of our newest TJC members, Nkele, just to get a feel of how her year went and how she's experienced worship with us in the Jesus Collective family. Let's go. So Mdase, when was the first encounter with when was your first encounter with the Jesus Collective?
Okay, my first encounter with the Jesus Collective was on the 1st of October, 2021. I got a call from someone, and she asked me if I'm interested to go with them to a road trip. Yeah, and I said yes, and then I went with them. We went to 3 towns. On the first day, Daba Bukela, on the second day. And then on the third day, Wesley, Wati, okay, I'll go on stage with the DJC.
This is Lady Dix Nkele. She's one of our new members of the Jesus Collective family. So Nkele, how has this experience been for you for the past 2 days? 2 days.
Let's go.
I enjoyed it here. I've been praying for this.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was so nervous because some of the songs I didn't know Njingoma, especially African songs. Yeah, I was so nervous. I was so happy at the same time because nanzo-share stage with abantu ukudala ndikhayela ushare stage nabo. Like uhle ukhaya mthethwa loyiso ntokozo yayibona nje lanto. Like I was so happy. Yeah.
So how was the worship experience kengoku when you got to share a stage number bandu?
Yo, I can't even explain it, but nje God nje uThixo wayepha. And it was my first time the experience into nje. Because bengiqhelile ucula la kwezi shows okanye kuthini, but I've never been like kwi-space okanye kwi-atmosphere enje ya.
So this year Jesus Collective was about the repair, rebuild, restore. That was what was declared for Lunyaka. So what does repair, rebuild, restore mean to you, and how has it impacted your life since we joined Jesus Collective to date?
Okay. Repair, rebuild, restore, to me, it's a personal thing. Okay, I'll make an example. Environment sometimes when I'm away, okay, last year I used to be away, like in Diambi. And then when I come back, I'd come break in upper endlini, kumoshakele nje everything. But last time like that lose hope ndilonto. Then beske ndiyeke nje ngokunjana ngiqonda ba hey, where is God? But now when I'm away with TJC, like when I come back, okay, I don't want to cry. Okay, but when I'm away with TJC in Goku, I come back with la positive mind because I'm always around abantu a positive mind. So when I come back, sometimes it rains or sometimes when there's wind, like it damages everything. But I come back with a positive mind, and then I repair and rebuild my worky, and then like kubenjalo. But now there's buzbana, but my environment, like bonana bangaba impacted in Jani Island, like in low triple R. Yes, okay. So we repair, rebuild, restore undivuselele, like my spirit, yeah, but revived. Yonke nje into. I'm always like my mind is always positive. Oko. So ke mntase repair, rebuild, restore. Uminisha lonto kum. Like it's not only for me, it's for everyone. Into revivile, like njengoku oko nje ndihleli nje ndi like my spirit uhleli oko nje ndicinga positive oko. So yeah, I thank God ngokuba andifake kwi TJC because now like my relationship I'm now, like we are close now. My relationship, yes,
Story.
yes. So yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. She doesn't want me to call her Lady V, but I know her as Lady V. But okay, guys, Veronica Meyer. Hi, Mama.
Hey,
How do you do?
I'm great. I'm doing well, thank you.
I can see. You look amazing.
Even without makeup.
You don't need makeup, child. So, 2021 with the Jesus Collective. I think with you mostly, you got to travel with your husband a lot this year, more than you have, I think, the previous years. Or like when I met you.
True.
You were traveling with Mr. Mayor, Josh, shout out. So can you just tell us, how has that experience been for you, and how has it shaped your marriage mostly this year? Because I remember you once said that this man now prays for me so much. I don't know what we were talking about.
I think I was in fellowship. Or
No,
was it after?
I wasn't in fellowship. I think we were in Joburg or something. You were actually speaking to the spookers and you said, this man prays for me now. So like, can you just tell us how you traveling with your husband, you doing ministry with your husband full-time has shaped your marriage and you as a person as well?
Okay. For me, our marriage has become, or it is ministry, but it became really just ministry. So being on the road with Joshua is amazing. Is an amazing. It was amazing. It still is amazing, and we taught each other so much. And when people look at us, they always say, "You guys get along so cool." I mean, it's not always like that though, but we do get along. But things just got gotten better because we do ministry together, and we can see the love of Christ really just, we can really see the love of Christ at display, because when you're in ministry, you have to have all the fruits of the Spirit. And one of the fruits of the Spirit is to, you have to love, and unconditionally. And I think we are challenged when you get to ministry, doing ministry together with your partner. You get challenged to just love somebody, just love the people, love God's people. So, but for me, what stood out for me was just the growth. I've seen Joshua grow. I've seen, that, the old song that you old people used to sing, the things I used to do, I don't do no more. I saw that, if you can be honest and transparent. So that's what I've seen. I've seen growth, like you said, the praying, interceding. Excuse me, interceding. So God has been faithful so far when it comes to, and leaving the kids behind.
Leaving the kids behind.
It was hard at first, but they got into the groove of, okay, mommy and daddy's gonna go to church. Like Zamar calls it, what is it? She calls it the Jesus Collective people.
Oh,
Mommy, you're gonna go to the Jesus Collective people. So yeah, so the Jesus Collective, being at the Jesus Collective, being in ministry with my husband, amazing. And I've seen so much. I've seen growth, and even in myself, I've seen how God will take you from not just to levels, but to dimensions, and make you tap into things that you never thought that you would be able to do that. And you're just canceling out doubt and fear, and just going forward for what God wants you to become, or what the end product that God anyway saw, just becoming that thing. So yeah, in a nutshell, if I can summarize it, to the best of my ability, that is it for me, Nompo.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it's so lovely to, like, honestly, it's lovely to watch you guys do ministry together. Like, he's always there. Oh, babe, do you have your makeup brush? Or all of that. It's so cute. It's so beautiful. So, like I said, we've been traveling a lot this year. We've had a lot of highlights, but also we've had like a lot of lowlights. And I think for you in particular, there was a time where you lost so many people. Like, you hear news about losing someone today, then 3 days later, another loved one is gone. So it got to a point where, like, every other week, we are attending a funeral of a loved one. So how is that? Like, how was that for you? How did you get through that also?
For me, it's one thing, it's peace. I think I was taught by
in fact, our leader, he asked me, the only thing I want you to understand is that peace is very important in time. And I mean, nobody died at that point still. He was just preparing me. And I think for me, Nompo, peace. I got peace, or the one thing that I prayed for was peace. And God has given me peace. The fact that these people has passed on and didn't understand and we're still trying to figure it out. But peace for me got me through it, and of course worship, because people can just tell you, and I mean you would know for yourself, people can tell you, send you how many messages of condolences. It doesn't make it better. It is cute and it's nice, and we thank God for that, but there comes a time when you have to confront that trauma. And I mean, I've seen so much. I mean, so much has happened this year. I mean, my mom having strokes, losing my dad, my auntie, my brother, my mother's niece. It's just a lot has happened. And I just thank God for sanity, for the fact that I could deal with the trauma. I still don't know how I did it, but I know it was God, you know. So we're still going through it. And this is the thing that I said to somebody. I said, if I feel this way about this grieving process and things, how does my mom feel?
Sure.
So we always try to think and always shield her and pray for her as to how does she cope with all of this, you know. But we thank God for strength, and I think, if I can be honest, I think it was 2 weeks straight when I tell you, Josh comes in. He finds me the same way that he found me in the morning, because the grieving was just, for those 2 weeks, it was just, peace out to everybody. I am not doing this thing. I am just going to be here. If you call me, you call me. If you see me, you see me. I'm just here. So for me, grieving was very different. But I had to pull myself out of that pit. I think I was a week before, 3 or 4 days before Crawford Day. The last Crawford Day. In fact, I said, I called. I said, I think this one, let me just set out this one. And but God saw us through. And I mean, I remember you asking me a question that day about, you know, oh man, I was looking at you, crying.
You were literally crying throughout.
Because of that. Because of, I thought to myself, I can't imagine. I can't even think that I said I don't want to come. I mean, because I found healing, you know, in that night, you know. So it was all of, for me, peace, worship, and being, you know, very close to God, you know, literally sitting at his ear and listening. That, because that's the only thing that took me out. Nothing that, not the amount of words, no preaching on TV. I promise you, it's good, it's anointed, but I just had to sit and confront, you know, what I went through, because I couldn't confront, because I wasn't ready to. But God has really took me through that.
Yeah, God has took you through that, and he restored peace.
Oh, he did.
Upon
He did.
your life. And I think this year, but this year was a year of repair, rebuild,
Definitely.
restore.
Definitely.
And as much as we went through what we went through, but we still had that positive mindset of knowing that God will repair you, God will restore you, God will rebuild you. So what does repair, rebuild, restore mean to you, and how has it impacted your life from the beginning of this year to date?
When I heard the words of repair, rebuild, restore, I thought, oh, this is really cool. I mean, we're going to go out and people's going to be repair, rebuild, restore. But I never knew it was going to come to my doorstep. I never knew that I was going to need all of that this year. And I believe always when God gives you a word, or when what God has given this theme to work, it's always for yourself. Yes. So you have to experience it yourself. So then you can speak, like what we always say, not from speculation, but from revelation, because you went through it. And this year, I've seen the hand of God repairing, I mean, my own mom that couldn't speak, couldn't walk. I've seen God restore her. I've seen God just doing this theme, literally repairable. So I've seen him move. I cannot explain to you how grateful I am just that God has, because why would God give us a theme like this if something like this would never happen? I mean, I've seen how from going from no walking, no speaking, I've seen God doing that. I mean, praying over, even the intercessors praying over. I mean, this word even. So for me, it was just I've got the evidence of repairable restore, and even myself being restored. I mean, Josh lost his dad. I mean, this year only, you really have is gotten restoration of the impact of last year, because I mean you don't feel it at the moment, but I mean and everybody's got it. The card stop, the call stops, and the card stop. They stop sending cards and condolences. I mean that's the time when
That's
you
when you
really.
start really.
So for me, I've seen this repairable restore in my own life and in my family's life, come to pass.
Yeah, and I think it's also important that you feel it, so that when you are ministering to people, because that's what we do, we minister to people. So when you're ministering to people about this repair, rebuild, restore, you've experienced and you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
So you're speaking to them from experience, and you can sort of relate to how they are feeling.
Yeah.
So so 2022, we are moving now
Yeah.
to the other side.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
yes, ma'am.
what are you looking forward to about 2022?
Such a lot of things. Such a lot of things has happened in the space of a month. I mean, the end of, like the end of the year. If I knew what I know now, I would have made bigger moves, I'd say, for myself in 2020, 21. But God has given us another chance to go to the other side and actually do what we were supposed to be doing. So for me, it's not, all I can say is no, Paul, short and sweet is I'm not going to collect dust, honey.
Exactly.
I am going to go for it. I'm going to shoot from the hip and just do what God wants me to do. And even in business and in all the other spheres of my life, I'm just going to do what God wants me to do. And I'm also going to do it with speed, because we are kind of behind. If you look at things, we actually kind of behind, I mean, on ourselves. So because we've fit so many other things. So focusing on myself, family, business, the ministry, and just doing it effectively, and with doing it better than we did last year. I think that's the goal. Okay.
Thank you so much, OC. I call her OC. She's my big sis.
Aww.
So thank you so much for those beautiful words. Very encouraging. 2022.
Let's do this.
Moving to the other side, guys.
Yes, we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spencer J. Kennedy.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing, Puta?
I'm good. It's hot.
It is.
Very hot.
The mother city is hectic.
It's too much.
Yeah, so 2021 has been about repair, rebuild, restore. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so for me, repair, rebuild, restore. In my personal life, um, you have to, some advice, take it, don't take it. But you literally have to break it down before you can start to rebuild. And for me, God really just stripped me down. I think that's a good place for anybody to be. That's where you find yourself really. And I'm in the restoring process, and I'm loving it.
That's beautiful. So what has been the biggest change for you from the start of the year to date?
Yo, my tummy.
Literally your tummy, and well done.
No, serious,
well done,
serious,
High five.
serious.
Well
Not,
done. Don't let me hanging on
I'm
you.
sorry, man.
Shit.
I think for me, like I shared on my YouTube channel, you can go check it out there. Um, I was a little boy and I faced some abuse, and it got me like this angry person. A lot of people don't know that side. But I think from the beginning of the year, when I really started, like I just said, God stripped me down. when I really started dealing with my past, I became much more peaceful. And I think that word has been resonating. Everywhere I go, I hear the word peace. Everywhere
Yes.
I see the word peace. So if you're watching, protect your peace.
Peace has been really something that we all have. I think towards the end of the year, you just like, you know what, let me just let go of everything
Yeah,
and take peace.
be peaceful.
Choose peace.
God's perfect peace.
Yeah. So from the towns that we've visited this year, because we did a lot of outreaches and road shows,
Yeah.
which town stood out for you, and like what was your highlight from that particular town?
For me, it has to be Sultana. Um, was it White City? Yeah,
What's it?
I think I had, not think, I know I had an encounter at Sultana. I think Kaya came on, something broke there. Slay came on, something broke there for me personally. Ntokozo came on, I think Yo-Yo, he's sitting behind the cameras. He
He
got
was not
me.
found behind the cameras that
Yeah,
day.
but he managed to get me on my ugliest moments. You can go check
All
it
the
out.
pictures, you're literally
Yeah, I was
in
sobbing.
tears.
I really couldn't care who thinks what. I was just um had a moment with my father.
That's beautiful. And then, can I just ask, for this year, what has been your funniest moment and embarrassing moment?
I think now he was a fly. Trying to be no shot, but I managed to get him away. But I'm not gonna mention the town, but I visited a church. You know, my English airtime's up, and I sang the song "The Fight Is Over." Came on stage, and the song started, and the mic was off, and the mic came on at the bridge of the song. But I was singing, I didn't know.
And you broke the stand.
And I broke the
No,
stand. As I came on the stand, broke. I was singing with a mic in my
while
hand.
you're playing, it was hectic.
Yeah,
It was hectic.
it was heavy. Yeah, but I made it through. The anointing brings the, you know the rest.
So, Spender, we've come to the end of 2021.
Yeah.
Moving over to 2022, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so 2021 has been a hectic year. I think for 2022, for me personally, I'm excited to see where God is going to take me. And for me, I just want to go deeper. Um, there's so much of God that we haven't even begin to see. And for me, I just want to, my cry of my heart is that the Lord would open the eyes of my heart so I could just see more of Him. So I'm excited for 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wet Rock, Wesley Thomas, guys.
I thank you. That's much better.
How are you doing, Puti?
I'm good yourself.
Well, guys, we give Wesley, I think we give Wesley the worst headaches ever as the team, as a whole, Jay, like from the head to the toes, Jay.
Yeah, you're
But-
a bunch of notice, yo.
Sorry, man, but we just want to make you, Jay, have a
Yeah, whole year.
now and again, not a whole year,
A whole
now
year.
and again.
No, a whole year. I give it to you a whole year.
You give us and we can return the favor because Galok, it's a two-way thing. Yeah, but yeah, can you just tell us? So Just Collective is not always just about the singing and ministry and all of that. We also have fun. We also have fun together, chill together, and bond, which we do team buildings.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what your favorite team building was? How was that experience for you?
Wow. I think I've different experiences. Even earlier when we talk about the golf as well. Vincent. Um, um, the team building for me, or the team building for me is just about not leaving the music, but let's just put down our instruments, because sometimes you just get to know the person as the person behind the bass, person behind the drums, person singing that song.
Yeah.
But when all that is gone, it's like we just want to always experience and explore from management side different layers towards, or different layers that the person has. You get what I'm saying? Because we do have different layers as our the faces differ, our needs differ, our experiences differ, and how we see life it differs. So for us, it's always just about about how do I put it now? Discovering the other layers to the person without the bass. And for us, or not the bass, because now I'm going to think I'm speaking about Ash. I'm not speaking about you, Ash. I was just talking in general. Um, yeah, for us, it's just rediscovering different layers towards a person. Yeah.
And can you just give us one of your favorite team buildings that we've ever done this year?
Oh, team building. I think there was a moment. I think everybody wasn't there at Witsun. So we went for a walk. So we said, nah, man, listen, let's go. So we walked, and I saw kayaks. They're like, woof, let's do kayaking. Woof. Hey. Ik say, woof, as gaat een writers. Anyway, we on the kayaks, woof, life jacket, everybody life jackets. The water, I'm telling you, it's only about a meter deep. Only about a meter deep. We in. I think everything became small because now you're in the deep end. But you must remember the water, it's still 1 meter. We'll say, waiter, take me back. Take me back, take me back. I was like, you're this guy.
But he can swim and he has a life jacket.
The thing is this, if he stood up in the water will take him here. I'm like, yay. Yeah, so that was a funny moment for me.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of
Sorry, Wolf, man.
we have a lot of those in the team. I remember the one we did in Joburg as well when we were preparing for the recording.
Yes.
So we were there for I think 2 weeks, and for
Yes.
those 2 weeks, every morning we were supposed to have an exercise session.
Yes, but Wolf said, hey guys, this is the routine, and every morning I'm gonna
We
get my
have to.
personal training. So every morning we come in, it's exercises.
But that didn't last.
Oh, one day, sure.
Like everyone
One
was dying. We
What?
needed asthma pumps. We needed everything because everyone there was on day one. I think we only did 2 days, and then we were like,
Only 2 days. I know, only one day.
we did 1 day, and then the second day we did the walk.
Oh yes, we did the walk.
The walk
yeah.
around that
Oh,
estate.
but that walk
That
was bad.
beautiful.
For me, it was. For you, it was beautiful. For me, it was bad. It was very bad.
How did it go, guys?
No, it's long.
But it wasn't that long.
It's
it was,
long.
It was barely 5 kilometers. It was probably 2 kilometers. That's like
No, but it was long. You used to walking, driving bike. You used.
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, exercising.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But I enjoyed the walk.
Yeah.
I think I would have enjoyed the exercise as well if it lasted.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you guys are just like, nah, fam. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Let's not do this. This is not us.
Sure.
We, us and our calories, we fine. We are fine. We are fine.
Always. So, can we just move on to the theme of the year that Juice Collective had, which is repair, rebuild, restore?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, you know what? Repair, rebuild, restore. It sounds so nice.
Mm.
It's
Triple
a roll
R.
of the tongue.
Yeah.
It's a roll of the tongue. Repair. In fact, when we speak about it, repair, rebuild, restore. It sounds so amazing. It sounds so amazing, but to go through the process,
Sure.
to go through the process, it's painful. It's painful, and it's not just painful, but it's another process. It's another process that, and what I'm saying is like when we say stuff like that, or it's when you roll off the tongue, repair, rebuild, restore. It sounds heavenly, it sounds mighty, but actually to go through the stuff, to walk through the valley, to be in the valley, knowing that you're going there, it's scary, it's painful, um, but what I've learned with the repair, rebuild, restore, um, we need to trust the process. I think it was in May. I think it was in May I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed with COVID. Yeah, I was tested positive for
Tested
COVID.
positive.
Man, I shouldn't sit here today. I shouldn't sit here today. I should not be here today. But God has seen it fit that I had to go through that process. Um, go through that process of COVID. Um, that was that period of my life was life changing because I'm not the person that ends up in hospital. For 2 weeks I was here, I was sick at home. I think you did, you guys did. I so wanted to be at Bethel.
Kraaifontein.
Yeah, I so wanted to be there. But that week, it was my second week in isolation. Um, I was in hospital the Monday. My wife said, "I'm taking you to the doctor. I'm taking you to the doctor." When I got to the hospital, actually, that's right. And they immediately put me on a drip. And said,
Sure.
"If you didn't bring this guy here tonight, tomorrow,
It would be another story.
it would have been another story. It would have been another story." Um, and I think we want to see the 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 repair, rebuild, restore, repair, rebuild, restore. We want to see that, but God is continually restoring, repairing, rebuilding, restoring us. He's continually doing that. That is what I believe. That is what I believe, and especially in our lives, but in the context of Jesus Collective, I believe in the context of Jesus Collective and where we are at, I believe that I've been repaired, I've been restored, I've been um, rebuilt. Finances have been rebuilt, restored. Marriage has been restored. My health has been restored. Relationships has been restored, and I can thank God for that. Um, so for me, the repair, rebuild, restore, I don't take it lightly. I really don't take it lightly because I know where I've been financially. I know where I've been with my marriage. I know where I've been um, in my relationships with friends, colleagues, um, and just neighboring people. I know where I've been. I know where I've been with my health. And being on the other side of that, I can now, in hindsight, I can see how God has been the rebuilder, and not just been the rebuilder of this and of things, but the rebuilder of my faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is beautiful. I'm touched with our
Oh man. Oh man. I stopped, man. Stop it. So that's what 2021 has been to me. Or I'm. Uh, let's not go there.
So, with all that being said, moving on to 2022 now, um, what is that one thing that you would like God to do for you?
Mm, sure. There's a lot. You can go, oh, there's a lot that you hope for, that you wish for, that you pray for. There's a lot that you, yeah. But but I think if I should flip it around, what is it that I can do for God?
Oh.
It's not what God can do for me, because we tend to stand like this
Always want to be on the receiving end.
on the receiving end. And for me, I want to go deeper in my faith, deeper in my prayer life. It's not that it's not deep. I'm just saying deeper. Deep in my giving, deeper in my loving, deeper in my caring. And that is where I want to find myself. And I think it's more about it. And I think Wolf explained it to us, even in the week he explained it to us. It's more about the transformation about the self. More about the transformation of the self. More it's about the opportunities and the other side of not a physical destination, not a physical destination, but a spiritual destination where people can ask you, it's not that guy. I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. So it's more what I can do for God.
It's more what you can do for God, guys. Let's not always be on the receiving end, but let's also give. Thank you so much, Witty, for those wise words. Really appreciate you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that's it from me and Mr. Whitrock.
Oh, do we do that?
No.
Oh,
I didn't.
ask his man. Ask his.